Hello and welcome, Magic lovers. Hopefully you watched part 1 of this video set. If you haven't yet, I recommend that you do so. I go over the actual deck list in that video, and there's also some really cool games in that, some real nail biters. I had so much fun with this deck, I recorded over 2 hours worth of video, and I didn't want to cut any of it, so I just decided to break it up into 2 videos. And this is part 2. Part 1, link in the description. And let's just head on to 5 more games with this deck. Alright, I got another game. I am on the draw, I think. And playing against Muldrotha. Kind of a questionable keep. I'm going to keep it anyways. I don't know about the green belts versus my commander. 3/4 is pretty good. I would need another green next turn to play it next turn. I have the Thorn Lieutenant anyways, which is still pretty good. Yeah. I don't play my commander. Don't know. Don't know if it's right or not. Muldrotha, definitely very threatening. Very good card. Alright, what do we got here? We got not a green mana. Wondering if I should have kept this hand. I guess we'll explore then. Let's put it in our graveyard. I'd rather have a land. It might be a little greedy to throw away a mana creature, but I don't think it actually really is. Alright, they are casting down my 3/2. You put a land card from your hand on your battlefield. I haven't seen that card. Alright, so we got... Let's go Thorn Lieutenant. And then Green Belt, pick it back up. And say go. Didn't want to spend 2 mana on Green Belt. It doesn't do anything this turn. We can do it next turn if we don't draw another green. For some reason, I keep thinking that this thing has Death Touch. Probably just because it's called Thorn Lieutenant, and a lot of those thorny cards tend to have Death Touch. All right, thank you. I mean, Field of Arch of Araska, very, very good, but thank you. Alright, opponent. Did they miss a land drop there, or did they hit a land drop? Alright, well, far be it from me to pass up a Lifecrafter's Bestiary. Do I trade 1 damage for 1? No. I do kind of want to close out this game before they get to Muldrotha. I don't know if 1 damage is going to do that. Let's hold back for now. Song of Praelis. Alright, add 1 mana of any color. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's interesting. I don't think I need it right now. I'd rather have a land. Alright. Long Tusk Cub. pretty good. Then we can draw a card. Might be a land. It is a land. So we can play the green belt. We don't get to draw a card, but we can use it to put a counter on the long tusk cub. And that makes it difficult to block. I did want to kill this thing because obviously I think they're waiting on 4 mana for something. But it just seemed too greedy to take the Prey Upon. I actually didn't have anything that could Prey Upon it because it's got 3 toughness anyways. So I might regret skipping the Prey Upon at a later date, but let's not attack. Oh, actually, let's attack. Now we're not trading damage. It's just a free 1 point. I can use Greenbelt Rampager to just draw cards for 1 mana and just spend the energy on the Long Tusk Cub. On up to 1 target creature, that creature becomes an artifact in addition to its additional types. Destroy all non-artifact creatures. That's next turn, huh? So let's scry. And Rishkar. Not right now. Blossoming Defense does not do anything. Everything dies here. So I really wanted to land. I guess I could just do the green belt Rampager trick I was talking about. So let's attack. Should I just get in with this? I mean, it dies anyways, right? Alright, so I don't want the Greenbelt Rampager to stick around, so let's pump that thing up. Alright, there's a land. That's what I wanted. No strong reason to play the Greenbelt Rampager. And this thing is for put a +1. Alright. So that goes away, and then exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. Alright. So it's a 3/5 Vigilance Trample, indestructible. So now I might want to destroy that thing. Create 2, man. They're on the Saga plan. I'm worried about how strong Muldrotha is going to be when Muldrotha comes down. They fought me off pretty well. I'm going to take that, yeah. I could just kill this and play the Greenbelt Rampager and have a Vivian Reed in play. I don't draw a card. I guess a removal spell kills Vivian Reed, but we stopped the demons from coming back, so it's something. Alright, there goes my graveyard. We're moving to attacks. No attacks. Still at 4 mana. This Life Capture's Bestiary has been really good for me because it's really Channeler. Okay. Yep. Wouldn't mind a way to kill that. Alright, we got Scry 1. Yeah, I'm gonna take another land. And then let's activate Vivian Reed. Crocodile is alright. I'd rather have this Nature's Way, but I can't have that. Alright, we'll take the Crocodile. I don't think I'm gonna cast it this turn. Probably the Stomper. I don't have any way to deal with the Initiate, so Muldrotha coming down eventually. Maybe I can just find a way to kill Muldrotha when it comes down, because they need extra mana to keep using those abilities. Or this 5/4, and this one, and then... Nah. I want to keep Blossoming Defense up at this point, since I can. Probably stop taking lands at the top of my library. Alright, Thrashing Brontodon, pretty good. Both as a 3/4 and as a disenchant. 4 mana disenchant, but still. Alright, that's enough mana for Muldrotha. They're going straight for it? It looks like it. Yeah, that looks like Muldrotha mana. Oh, and Bolas is cut. Oh! Target creature. Oh, that sucks. Are they going to kill my Bestiary? Or are they going to plus it? Alright, they're plussing it. Alright. I guess I can just get it back with the Bronodon. And draw a card. Creatures you control have... Wow, okay. That ultimate. It's a creature. I'm going to put it in the bottom. I don't think it's particularly great. So, Thrashing Bronodon. Yes. I'd like my Vivian Reed back, please. Tick her up. Let's take a Ronas. Yeah. And then... do I play something? I think I do. Not that worried about Blossoming Defense at this point. Alright, they block with a serve token. That makes sense. Another creature gives me an out to a removal spell that might let them hit into Vivian Reed. Also, Vivian Reed is outside of the amount of damage that they have on board. Nissa. But not a 5/5. Alright, I drew a card off this. I don't really need the mana. I have 8 mana, they have 4. And I can give things trample. Oh, that's pretty good too. There's a way that they can keep Nissa alive, I'm pretty sure. I could just trade here for the scout. Alright, they're just letting Nissa die. I could just play Ronas. Indestructible. It's going to be... Let me tick up. Did I play a land? Oh, it doesn't matter. Not a Renegade. Druid of the Cowl. Channel Initiate. I guess the Renegade has Death Touch. Now, should I play a Warrior? Should I play Ronas? Which also has Death Touches and is indestructible. It's hard. I have an embarrassment of riches, is what it comes down to. Alright, I have 8 cards in hand. I'm just going to play Ronas and not draw a card. It telegraphs the Blossoming Defense, but maybe they'll just figure because I have 8 cards in hand. Alright, there's Muldrotha. It's a 6/6. It's a big dude. Oh yeah, they get a land back, don't they? Yeah, that's probably fine. Tick up Vivian Reed. I guess. Forest, I don't really think we need Field of Ruin for anything. Activate this only time, anytime you can create sorcery. I don't know if I want to use that. I could just... $5/3 or a 3/4. I'm just gonna go for the throat. I can't pump. Well, I can pump Ronas. It has indestructible, or do I want to leave it back on blocks? I'm going for the throat. They were at 14 life. This is a lot of damage. This hurts their mana. Do I care about Blossoming Defense here? It does 2 extra damage. I guess it doesn't hurt their mana. I could have hasted this thing. I always forget this thing is haste. Alright, now I'm going to let it go. I want the blossoming defense back home. And, yeah, let's draw a card. Heroic Intervention. That's pretty good. And then... Steel Leaf Champion. We'll draw another card. There's a lot they can do. Did I overpay? I overpaid. That's a shame. Alright. Did I, like, not draw a card? I'm just going to pitch this Resilient Kendra. It's actually really good. Yeah, I don't know if there's that much they can do. They're facing down a lot of damage. And if they just go for a cast down... Vivian Reed has been incredible. Like, it's getting close to threatening ultimate. I don't think it's going to come to that. I hope it doesn't come to that. Chupacabra. I'm just going to heroically intervene. They've used their cast down. I didn't realize Arborback Stomper had trample on its own. But, okay, that wins. Alright, I got another game. I am on the draw, playing against Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. Definitely threatening. I'm going to try this hand. It seems like it doesn't do a lot. But at least the Serpapard can attack profitably. Another land is definitely not ideal. Into Nicol Bolas. That Planeswalker side. Although, we've proven a couple times Rupture Spire. Wow, okay. Thorn Lieutenant. If I do this, then I can cast both of these next turn. I think I want the mana. I'll attack. But yeah, it can be hard for... we've had a couple opponents with expensive spells and whatnot. This deck's pretty good at pressuring pretty early. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Okay. Immortal Sun. Well, that's a good card we found out. Next turn, too. Gotta keep reminding myself, Thorn Lieutenant does not have Death Touch. It just seems like it should have some sort of keyword ability or something like that, because like the other 2/3 for 2, I can't think of his name, had Vigilance, and I don't know. Alright, well, I guess we're discarding a card. And let's attack. We can't block anyways. Let's play this Immortal Sun. Say go. Oh, I should have... I forgot about the +1/+1 ability. Alright, opponent doesn't attack back. We draw an extra card. I can Prey Upon. I'm not sure I want to do that. This is 6 mana. Yeah, okay. I think you might have forgotten about that ability. Oh, they got a trick? Split Flame. Alright. It's fine by me. I don't hate that at all. This is 7 mana. They have 6. So let's not worry about prey uponing it just yet, but or 6 next turn. But that might be something we want to do. I mean, them using this spell forced us to use all our mana, but I guess I should have played Oviya. Why didn't I play Oviya? Alright, we got put a +1/+1 counter. Alright. Alright, well now we are definitely going to prey upon this since everything's dying next turn anyways. Nardum Renegade. Not exactly what I want. Get in with everything. It's a lot of damage. It's just a straight removal spell at this point. And no point playing my commander. The card, man. Got me a couple times. Alright, there's Nicol Bolas again. Oh man, they can return it? That sucks quite a bit. This, 10 damage to target creature or plant. I mean, they're at 8 life. Can I not... I've drawn so many lands. So I guess we're playing our things out. And saying go. 2 lands that turn. That was unfortunate. Alright, they are spit flaming the Renegade with this ability on the stack, so it gets exiled. That's fine. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. Jeez, alright. Immortal Sun just doesn't matter if you're just drawing lands. It's an awesome card. Long Tusk Cub and another land. Each opponent discards a card. Alright. I mean, I guess we play out our stuff. Gotta try. Opponents at 8 life. They don't get a... I mean, they have to put something in the graveyard themselves. There's nothing in my graveyard to return. Skirking Surveyor, search your library for a basic land card. Okay. So there's not commander damage in this, in Brawl. So that's good. A little less confusing. Right, they're not attacking. They don't want to face down this Long Tusk Cub. They have 2 cards in hand. I have 0. Alright. That's pretty darn good, isn't it? Oh, it only costs... That's fine. Both of these guys. And then, how much does this cost? 4? Probably just blocking with the wall. Oh no, they're blocking with Nicol Bolas. I guess that gets them the Spitfire back. Yeah, the initiate, obviously. Okay. It's a lot of mana to replay Nicol Bolas here, so they haven't made it a Planeswalker yet. Got another 4/4 here. I have no cards in my hand with which to... Oh, okay, they get the Longtusk Cub themselves. Alright, there's Nicol Bolas again. They actually don't have the red to bring back the Spit Flame. Why is it doing that? Stop doing that. Hold on. There we go. Alright. 3 damage to target Planeswalker or creature. Do I just attack with everything? I mean, 1, 2... I definitely attack with a 4/4. Do I attack with a 2/3? Or I can just make a 4/4 next turn? Do I attack with a 1/2? Do I flagship before attacks to get the Longtusk Cub out of the way? And then if they block the 1/2 with the 4/4, then they're taking 4 damage or losing a creature. Overtapping mana sucks quite a bit, actually. I could have activated this ability, and I didn't. I overtapped my mana. I'll throw away a Channeler Initiate for 4 damage, or to kill a wall. Alright, or to kill that thing, that's fine too. This thing is pretty awesome. Alright, opponent doesn't attack. Oh, and I missed it again. And I drew 2 lands, and... Oh! Wow. Did that to myself. I could, with the token, I could have accrued this. Alright, removal spell. Alright, review my hand. Alright, let's play land. Say go. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I could have attacked with Rishkar too if I had made a token last turn. If I lose this game, it's probably my own fault. Alright. Bestiary pretty good. Oh, it only costs 2. Well, that's really good. Do I... It says trample anyways. Yeah, I'm getting in. I don't know if it's right, but I'm getting in. Looks like it is right. Alright, so 2 damage, 4 damage, kills Nicol Bolas. Opponent's down to 1 card. 4 life. Sweating this one. I did not think there was any chance that I could win this. Now it's looking like I may very well win this. They can't block the wall. The wall can't block the Steel Leaf Champion. I don't even know if they can cast Nicol Bolas anymore. So initially the Immortal Sun looked pretty bad. Destroy all creatures. Lands you control don't untap. Okay. But then because it was dishing out lands. Oh, they killed the Fleetwheel Cruiser. Let's put that on the bottom. I don't need that. Archback Stomper. Draw a card. Oasis. Let's not play a land before drawing a card again. It's pretty hard for a deck like Nicol Bolas to come back against this card advantage. How much does this cost? And I get to draw a card? That's awesome. Reclamation Sage. Alright, so that answers a few things that they could do to answer this. Again, we learned last game that Arborback Stomper has Trample. They only get to keep 5 lands untapped. Scry 1, Nature's Way. I'm going to keep that because it might clear the way. Doesn't do anything right now. But, alright, the Crocodile's pretty good. And I played a land before drawing cards again. Heroic Intervention is great. I'm going to put it on my commander. I'm still going to attack with my commander. Although making a 4/4. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that again was a match. I cannot believe I pulled that one out. It was in no small... I didn't help myself out at all by missing a couple of key things, but... See, once again, I was rearing to play this Greenbelt Ravager. I don't have that much to ramp to. I've got the Growing Rights to play. And that's so much ramp. I'm going to go for the 3/4 this time. That Immortal Sun, though. Oh, yeah, I guess it stopped. That's why they didn't flip. I forgot all about that. That's why they didn't flip Nicol Bolas. It was better than I thought it was. I don't know if I play the Growing Rights next turn. It doesn't flip. It needs... If you have 4 more creatures, I can... Look at the top, you can reveal a creature card, put it in my hand. It's alright. Might be time to get my ramp on. Alright. That's the fate I wanted to avoid for my commander. So we'll go ahead and Druid of the Cowl, play my commander, say go. Don't know how well this stacks up against a 4/4, but alright, there's a Surveyor. We got a Mountain. So Shivan Fire, okay, it dies. We'll just go back right to the, we'll stomp away. I don't know if we want to, like, pitch a field, or I guess we could just pitch a forest. Alright, that's pretty good. It's always been quite good. Alright, there's a 6/6. Do you have an answer? Anticipate. They're looking for one. Alright, we got an Omen Speaker. So the Scry 2. Both of these creatures have trample. I think I might... Yeah, I'm definitely gonna... Oh, I see. They're going all out here. So... That's fine. Their commander comes back, but so does my creature. Ooh, okay. That still doesn't stop their commander from dying. So let's grow some rights. Thorn Lieutenant. Yeah, we'll get the Thorn Lieutenant. Because with this much mana, it's going to be really, really good. I guess we'll just play that. Oh man, we don't get to flip the growing rights. Not yet, at least. Alright, there's that suspicious bookcase. There's a land. Maybe I should have played the Vitalist. I'm going to attack. I might not pump this if they go to block. Will I pump it? No. No, I need my mana. They called my bluff. Oh, I got a Spitfire. Alright. Spit Flame. I keep calling it the wrong thing. Alright, that's fine. Did my Muldrotha get X? Oh, yeah, that's why they cast it. That was a Magma Spray, I see. Alright. Let's play the Vitalist. Let's play our commander. At risk of losing this Reclamation Sage. But it hasn't done anything yet. Alright, so we got ourselves an Itlamok. Alright, yep, definitely losing our commander, or our Reclamation Sage here. They don't get to bring back the flame. Been able to successfully pressure their mana that way. That's not exactly where I want to be, but that's fine. Maybe I shouldn't have played it pre-combat. Oh, I gotta actually tap it. Okay. Alright, that's fine. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I kill something? I think so, yeah. And then that still... Does that leave me 6 mana? Or 5 mana? It's 5 mana, yeah. So let's Field of Ruin that. Alright, we got a Sailor of Means. Enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Probably not what my opponent wanted to see. I mean, it's a blocker. So that's something. Dream Stealer deals combat. That player discards that many cards. Let's make a big creature. Crocodile. I guess we might as well tap this thing to play it. I'm going to put the counter on that thing. A lot of attackers, a lot of damage. Might force my opponent to block with Nicol Bolas again, which is where I want to be. Don't even need to pump the Thorn Lieutenant here. Unless they switch their blocks up. They haven't confirmed these blocks. Alright, not sacrificing Nicol Bolas. They're 1 mana away from activating it, so it makes sense. They're at 11 life. I could get a Arborback Stomper back. Right. You may put a 1/1. Alright. Okay. It's fine by me. Make a 5/5. Move to attacks. Can they even block that thing? Maybe I should have attacked with Oviya. Oh, yep, they can block it. They can block it. That's fine. They're in full-on chump block mode with the exception of Nicol Bolas here. What is this? Turn, target. Okay. Alright. Least of my worries. Do I make a token now? They could have the kill all creatures and then... But my token's bigger right now. I lose 2 creatures here. I guess if they kill all creatures, it doesn't even matter because it's all creatures are dead. Alright, 7 life. And they pack it up. That was Oviya that time. Making all these constructs actually really paid off. Some other good creatures with, 4 power that made it impossible for Nicol Bolas. Like if they didn't want to block a lot of those times. So, yeah. Alright, got another game. I am on the play. It's usually good for me. A lot of mana and nothing to do with it. But a Prey Upon, playing against big expensive. I'm gonna try this hand. We can use the mana to create tokens, I guess. And the Channeler Initiate, once it's done making mana, it gets really good. You can always put a token back on it with a Crocodile. Alright, Forest Go. Reclamation Sage, that's interesting. Alright, we'll get in. I think I'm gonna start with the Channeler Initiate. It's the biggest upside. Obviously it's self. Don't want to kill my own Oviya. Alright, we got a Branch Walker. And it explored, Helm of the Host. Revealing Helm of the Host. And they left it on top of their library. You see what that does? Equip 5, create a token. Okay, so it's good, but it's equip 5, mana cost 4. It's a slower format, I think, so might be good enough. But we do have a Reclamation Sage. Just 2 more mana creatures? Doesn't make a token, but it makes this XX token that much better. Might play into a Wrath or something like that. I don't know how many of those there are in these colors. Alright, we're not attacking. We're probably getting attacked. I don't know if they want to trade damage, but they might not think of it as trading damage because this is all mana. Are they getting in? Yep, they're getting in. Okay, that makes sense. And then we draw a forest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might as well play the Servant. It definitely plays into a Wrath, but Oviya gets pretty good at this point when you're all flooded. Helm of the Host. Alright. Is a 5/5. Let's Reclamation Sage that Helm. Yes, please. And swing with the 5/5. Keeping up enough mana to make another one, which would then be a 7/7. It's a lot of pressure really quickly. Alright, we got Sarkhan's Unsealing. We've seen that before. It's only 4 mana. It requires some things to work, but... So let's make our tokens where making tokens is good. I guess we'll go with the Channeler. And it gives us a 3/4 we can attack with as well. I mean, that's a lot of damage. Can I kill him? 12, 15. Yeah, they're dead anyways. All right, so that was a match. I'm gonna keep this hand with Immortal Sun and a ramp card, and I don't know if it's good enough, but green belt. Just make it 3/4 next turn? No, I want the Vitalist. We can make it 3/4 in a couple of turns. Green belt's got a weird conflict with our... There were some cool things I did with the drawing a card and using the energy, but it's got some weird conflicts with some of the other cards in our decks. Mostly just the mana cost. Like, do you want to do it early? it's hard to do it early unless that's the only thing you have, which you always have Oviya. So, if I didn't have the ramp creature, I probably would have gone for pressuring their life total over Oviya, honestly. But I've got a ramp creature and I've got a big 6 mana thing that does everything. Like, everything. It's just super awesome. They're in red, so they might have a Braid. There's almost certainly a Braid in their deck somewhere. Alright, I'm going after my mana. So I guess that's a argument for... Alright, let's make more mana. They're rightfully threatened by my mana. I should have attacked first. It's largely irrelevant. Might as well make the energy. The 4/3 is technically better. I guess we can do both next turn. Except there's a Servant of the Conduit. Just get in for 1. Alright, got in for 1. Let's play Servant. And Serpapard. So that should guarantee, unless they have, I guess, a mass removal or 2 removal spells, we should get Immortal Sun next turn. Alright, it's not kicked, so they get a 5/5. But we get an Immortal Sun. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. I mean, obviously that's what I want to do. Wondering if I want to trade 5 for 5? So I doubt they'll block. They might block. Or they'll just concede to the Immortal Sun. So that was a truly impressive showing from Oviya here. Very impressed with the deck. Didn't drop a single game, even some games that I felt way behind, like against Nicol Bolas. Even when I fumbled a little bit, missing some tokens that I could have created with Oviya. Playing down an Immortal Sun against two largely uncontested Planeswalkers on my own side. And still managed to pull out all of the games. Lifecaster's Bestiary is an all-star here. I think this one rotates soon, though. So that's unfortunate. But I'm glad I got a chance to play it, because this is a slower format. And so it's like, this card is good in 1v1 Commander, but in this format, it's outstanding. I drew so many cards with Lifecaster's Bestiary, and it makes removal just so awful, because you're getting another card anyways. So they can spend their removal all they want, and you're just going to get more and more cards, and eventually they're going to run them out of removal. And in almost every game, I was outdrawing my opponent. And then the Immortal Sun was very impressive. Shutting down some Planeswalkers is just the least that it does. The +1/+1 is very relevant. The spells cost 1 less is super relevant. And of course, drawing an extra card every turn is super good as well. And the vehicles impressed me. I wasn't that impressed with Aethersphere Harvester. Didn't draw it that many times. But these two have an impact the turn they come into play. So they're pretty awesome that way. And then the Vivian Reed, it was amazing. And then Nissa, you know, we know that's a good card. You know, you only have to tick it up once. It creates a 5/5. It can be used to pressure Planeswalkers because they don't know you're going to have a 5/5er with haste. So that's awesome. It's another haste creature in the deck as well. So sometimes you can, you know, gives you a little bit of reach. Those things didn't come up in these games, but you know, I mean, that's a well-known fact about Nissa. And then obviously you tick it up once, and then the next turn you can emblem, and the emblem is outstanding. And there's a lot of trample in this deck, and yeah, I was pretty impressed. I thought this was a really cool deck. I had a lot of fun playing it. I will mention that I had a bit of trouble finding games. I think it's probably because this standard season is on its sunset, and so Return to Ravnica is coming soon. So I'll probably put a pause on doing more Brawl until that set comes out and we see what interesting things that has, and we have the new rotation, and it'll probably be a little bit easier to find games. But I still think this was a worthwhile exercise. I thought it was pretty fun. And the fact that I could pick up a deck for 20 bucks was pretty outstanding. I was worried about a rotating format in for Commander because it can get expensive. Like, yes, Liliana the Veil cost an unreasonable amount of money, but you buy it once and it stays in the format forever. Whereas Teferi and Karn, you buy it once and then they rotate out of the format and you're still playing them as they're dropping from a $20 card to a $6 card. And so then when you're done playing with it, you lost all the value. I mean, you got to play with it, but, you know, unless you're playing tournaments and winning tournaments, which, you know, I'm not huge on tournament play. I like doing it more for fun than anything else. So you lose a lot of value that way. And so I was concerned about a rotating format, but 20 bucks for a deck, you know, I can shrug that off. Vivian Reed stays in rotation, so this is probably going to be impressive even after rotation. So I'll hold on to that card. But yeah, so I don't know how representative those games were of the format. As I said, Teferi and Kari Zev seem to be the top contenders in the format. They've definitely by far posted the most 5-0s, and I didn't play against either of those. My guess is that this deck is pretty good against Kari Zev because you can put a lot of blockers in the way, and it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't played Standard, I've only watched videos and whatnot, but it seems like Mono Green is one of the worst matchups for Mono Red, because, you know, you just put down a bunch of dumb dorks and then they can't get through nearly as well, and you start with 25 life, and then you have things like Arbor Backstomper, and so it seems like that's probably a pretty good matchup, and my guess is that Teferi is a pretty bad matchup. I could have it all wrong. I know very little about the format. Even Standard, I don't know that much. I don't really play Standard. So I don't know for sure, but it seems like Prowling Serpapard isn't really enough, you know, and we have enough expensive things, you know, big dumb things that are just super easy to counter, and, you know, these are the things you want against counterspell decks. And I don't think some of them do enough. And so you might be able to pull away with some games. But my guess is it's probably 40-60 or 35-65, something like that, in favor of Teferi. Because, you know, I mean, that can carry away a game. And our card draw engines, if you can drop a Life Catcher's Bestiary, then this is whenever you cast a spell. So that can be really good, and obviously Prowling Serpapard is good, but I don't know if there's enough tools to beat a counterspell deck, really. But I could be wrong. But those are my thoughts. I really like this deck. This deck was a lot of fun to play. So, you know, the standard format is going to rotate soon, so if you want to check it out, it's only a $20 deck. I'd like to see more people playing a Brawl, if, you know, and maybe as the new rotation comes around, those people will be revitalized, and then we'll have more people playing Brawl. That'd be kind of cool. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.